Today marks the beginning of the third month of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, as the U.S. says they believe Ukraine will win the war and is committed to helping them do so. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Defense Secretary Lloyd made an unannounced trip to Kyiv yesterday, where they met with Ukrainian President Zelensky in a show of solidarity.
When it comes to Russia's war aims, Russia is failing, Ukraine is succeeding. Russia has sought as its principal aim to totally subjugate Ukraine, to take away its sovereignty, to take away its independence. That has failed.
In terms of their ability to win, the first step in winning is believing that you can win. And so they believe that we can win. We believe that we can win. They can win if they have the right equipment, the right support. And we're going to do everything we can, continue to do everything we can to ensure that that gets there.
Joining me now to discuss, Director of the Heritage Foundation's Margaret Thatcher Center for Freedom, Niall Gardner. Niall, good to have you back.
Great to be here. Thanks very much, Buck.
I mean, just first, what do you think about this assessment from Blinken and Lloyd on Russia's not winning, Ukraine can win? How do you view this?
Well, I have to say that this war has gone very badly for the Russians, and without a doubt, I think that the Russian war machine has encountered huge obstacles, huge difficulties here in many respects. So this has been a disastrous military operation for the Russians, and in fact, the British Defense Secretary Ben Wallace today was talking about 15,000 Russian military personnel killed in action in Ukraine, and that's a staggeringly high number. Also, the British are saying that 25% of Russia's military capacity or combat capacity in Ukraine is basically non-operational. So in every respect, I do think the campaign has gone very badly for the Russians. There is, though, of course, no room for complacency, and I don't think there is complacency, here in Washington or in Great Britain, or indeed in Ukraine. And the Russians still have a large number of troops available and on the battlefield. The Russians are determined, of course, to create a sort of land corridor in the south and east of the country. And the Ukrainians, of course, are continuing to fight with the courage of lions, basically, against the Russian war machine. We have to do everything possible in order to support Ukraine to win this war. But without a doubt, yes, I do think that the Russians are staring defeat in the face, and we have to help ensure that actually happens.
Just hours, Niall, after top U.S. officials, Blinken, Secretary of State, Austin, the Secretary of Defense, met with President Zelensky, Moscow sent a flurry of attacks hitting 5 main train stations in central and western Ukraine. Do you think that was at some level just a direct retaliation for propaganda purposes? Essentially, they can have all the meetings we want, but we're still calling the shots.
Yeah, I think that's part of it, of course. And as you mentioned, the Russians launched a series of missile strikes against sort of railway hubs and facilities. I think that they were both propaganda strikes, but also strikes aimed at reducing the flow of Western or NATO weapons flowing into Ukraine. So it served a dual purpose. But but again, the reality here is the Russians are reduced to launching missile strikes. They have not taken much territory inside Ukraine, and so the use of missile strikes is increasingly a tactic that they are using. And of course, the Russians have no concern whatsoever for civilian casualties.
Don't miss American Scandal: Hunter Biden. A new First TV exclusive special hosted by Buck Sexton. Available right now only on the First TV app.